Okay, go.
Okay, go. Okay, right. Okay, talk. Talk, bird.
Hey.
Okay.
What? Huh? Oh, yes, that's very
yes.
nice.
Gross
But he was
tongue.
going to do the whole intro. Hey, not bad. This guy's going to do the whole intro for us. Now we don't know what to say.
Well, actually, we're going to talk about bringing home a new baby into your home and getting your pet used to the idea of the new humanoid around.
Oh, so your pet is used to having a little baby in the house.
Yes, exactly.
Also, we're going to dress your hairless dog, a Chinese crested dog, actually, for winter because they got no hair.
He's naked.
And he's naked.
Yeah, it's like doing snow angels in the snow.
Yeah, they... Hey, I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, we're going to run off to the veterinarian and talk a little bit about some tips on your pet's health.
Ah, pet health tips.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff today. Thanks, that was really
Yeah,
good.
way
You
to go. Just
really
kinda
helped us out there today.
Blew the whole thing there, bird.
Jeez, you know, working with animals... What? Oh, that is it. You know, we're going to renegotiate that contract.
Laughing? What?
Look, Kitty, we got another letter from a viewer.
Hope it's about mice.
Hi, Pet Guys. First of all, we love your show. It is very informative. We have a 1.5-year-old golden retriever. He is still pretty hyper, especially when company comes over. What can we do to prepare him for our first baby's arrival? We've done a few things, like training him not to come up on the couch. Please help us prepare him for the baby.
Well, I'm having flashbacks of Humphrey when he was 1.5 years. Oh, he was hyper.
And you have children as well.
Absolutely. So he's going to be hyper for about 4 years. So you got to get used to that part. But anyway, bringing home a new baby, what you may want to try is carrying around a doll around the home, sort of getting the dog used to the fact that you're carrying this thing around all over, all wrapped up. And also change some of the scents in the home, spray a little perfume here and there, so your dog gets used to all these different smells.
So is that what you did, Vic? Sprayed a little perfume on yourself and then carried around a dolly for 4 months?
Everywhere. Yeah. But you may have some ideas, Rob.
Looks kind of funny on the bus, doesn't it?
It does, yes. I wore the flap that said parent in training. But what suggestions do you have, Rob?
Well, since I have no children and hence no frame of reference on this at all, I would pretty much go and ask an expert.
Yeah, good idea.
The course is called Old Pet, New Baby, and it is to help adjust the animal to a new baby coming into the home. Hello. Number 1 is safety. Number 2 is noise. And number 3 is trying to keep everybody happy in the household. So depending on the animal, the personality of the animal, the training it's had, how well adjusted it is, there may be a problem, there may never be a problem. Sometimes there are animals that haven't had very much in the way of training. A lot of dogs do what we call obnoxious behavior, and they'll come up and paw for attention. And it's not that they're vicious or nasty dogs. They want attention, and in the past, this has gotten them attention, whether it's a cookie or a walk or pat on the head. But dogs and cats are creatures of habit. So if you're going to change things, you want to do it really slow, really gradually, and introduce them to new things before the baby comes home. So if you're going to make changes in training, whether it's teaching them to heel properly, because you're going to want that with a carriage and stroller, or teaching them not to jump, teaching them to do a down, a sit-stay, you want to do all these things before the baby comes home. So one of the things to get them used to a baby in the house is new smells, and we call this scent exchange. We recommend that you use a small face cloth and put on stinky things like baby powder and cream and lotions and potions, and let the dog come up to you, sniff it, and as long as 4 paws remain on the floor, you reward the dog. Everything associated with the baby must be positive, so all your changes that may upset their routine, you want to do ahead of time.
Hi, I'm Dean from Rappinable Reptiles. This is my wife, Maureen, and we're expecting. It's a boy, by the way. Yeah. With this comes a lot of responsibility. Now, not only in the raising of the child, but actually we have reptiles in the home. With these reptiles in the home, Maureen now can no longer have any contact with them. And there's a reason why. Honey, why is that?
If any of the reptiles were to scratch me and cause an infection, that could harm me or our unborn baby. Also, if I was to contract salmonella, that could also harm the unborn baby. So to prevent that, I just stay away.
Yeah, so I get to do all the cleaning, all the feeding, playing with the animals. You can appreciate them from a distance. When the child is born, we still are not going to have any contact between Maureen, the child, or the reptiles, just because their immune systems are a little low and it's not good to have that interaction there. They can observe from a distance. It's a lot of fun having babies. It's a lot of fun having reptiles. Let's make the two work together.
So you're going to have a baby, one of the most exciting things that can happen to a household. But remember, you've got your dog and you've got your cat, and the introduction of the two can be difficult, and a lot of times we forget. And that's where Judy comes in. She teaches a class on how to introduce that new baby into your old pet's world. What are some of the things you can do to help prepare a cat for a baby coming home?
There are several things that you can start doing to get the cat prepared and staying away from the nursery. You can use double-sided tape. This is sticky on both sides. You can put it on the railing of a crib, on the floor into the room, on the edges of a change table. You can use oil of citronella, which is a scent that they don't particularly enjoy. You can also use carpet runners that have the prickly bits sticking up. Cats don't like to walk on that, it's uncomfortable. Most dogs don't like to walk on it either. These are not cruel things for the cat, but there are things that the cat will do once or twice and then decide this is not a comfortable area for me. And you want to then make other areas more comfortable. So a little bit of loose catnip scattered in a bed for them somewhere else. Make sure they have scratching posts, whether it's carpet or sisal. And at the very least, trim the cat's nails once a week and keep them as short as possible so that if a claw does get near the baby, it won't be as bad as if it's a real sharp one.
So I guess if we do our homework prior to baby coming home, well in advance, do the conditioning, then that introduction between your baby and your other babies, your pets, it's a joyous occasion, right?
Did you know that guinea pigs have a natural vitamin C deficiency? That's why they have to eat specialized guinea pig food and eat oranges with the peel on.
Keep your Finch happy and healthy with Hagen's Finch Treat and Condition. Get it at your local pet store or check out www.hagen.com.
Hey, when it's cold and blustery outside like it is today, you wouldn't go outside naked, would you? I don't think so. Well, we got some naked dogs, and we're going to dress them up. It's going to be a lot of fun. Well, Liz, we've got some interesting dogs here. What breeds are we looking at?
On your side there, that's Storny, an American Hairless Terrier. And these two guys here are Chinese Cresteds. They're the Hairless variety.
And, well, we should start with the American Hairless Terrier.
Yeah.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about these guys.
It's a fairly new breed. What it is actually a rat terrier. In 1972, there was a litter born that had a hairless pup in it, and the people who had litters decided to try to keep the hairlessness of the breed. So they set up a breeding program over the past couple of years, and now they have American Hairless Terriers.
They've got a little bit of fuzz on them.
Yeah, it's like a peach fuzz.
Yeah. And what kind of dogs are these now?
These are the Chinese Cresteds. These are an ancient breed. They're thought to be a couple thousand years old. The history of them is a little bit kind of unsure. People think that they originated in Africa, and Spanish travelers traveling and shipping goods and stuff started bringing them on the ships to take care of their rat problem because they didn't have hair, they couldn't carry fleas.
Right.
So they went to China, the Chinese fell in love with them, and they actually were a little bit bigger back then, and they bred them down in size. So now they're Chinese Cresteds.
What's their personality like?
The Chinese Cresteds are very, very loyal, quiet dogs. They generally don't bark. Mine don't anyway. They'd never leave my side. They're a very calm, quiet breed. The Terrier is a little bit more of a Terrier breed. They're a little bit more outgoing, can be a little bit noisier, but
Right.
very loyal dogs.
Well, they all seem to be getting along, and
Yeah.
they just met a few minutes ago. What kind of what kind of special considerations do these dogs need? Because up here in Canada, this might not be the best insulation.
These guys have to wear quite a bit of clothes in the winter, as well as booties. I usually put like an undershirt as well as the full leg with the neck and everything. Suit with booties on. In the summertime, these guys, especially with the ones with the pink skin, they have to wear either t-shirts or SPF 70 sunscreen or higher because they can get burnt quite bad.
All right. Well, let's get them dressed up and
Okay.
get outside. So how many outfits do you have for these guys? A couple?
My guys actually have about 50 outfits altogether.
50?
50.
Wow. These are very well-dressed dogs.
They are.
Then. Oh, wow.
This is one of my fall outfits.
Oh, this is an autumn outfit.
Yes.
What was the trend this year? Are hemlines up?
They're up this year.
Really? Oh, that's good.
This is the everyday going out for pee break.
Just
They're
throw on,
the quick ones. They get on quick.
throw on the house coat, go out with your hair in curlers.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. Will they overheat if we keep them inside like
if they're
that?
inside, they can get a little bit
Okay,
hot.
let's try these boots. Tall ones are for the front, for that sexy leggy look. Isn't she beautiful? I think we're ready to head outside. Well, here we are. Let's see how these little fellas do in the winter. We're sort of the Chinese hairless dog sled team. Okay, let's go, you guys. Have some fun.
Come on, guys.
Where's our other boy? There we go. Now look at this outfit. This is top of the line.
Come on.
Covered from head to toe.
Come on, Kara.
Okay, let's go.
Come on, Stormy. Let's go. Come on, Kara.
Maybe the snow's too deep. Aren't they supposed to frolic in the snow? I thought we'd see some more frolicking.
No, well, normally, I think it's a little deep, but normally she runs laps. Normally, you're running all over. Let's go for a run. Come on. Come on, Kara. Come on. Come on, Reuben. Let's go. Come on.
Oh.
Kara's packing up and leaving.
We've been getting a lot of snow here lately. It might be a little deep for these guys, even with all their winter gear on. Looks like they're heading back to the vehicles. So remember, when it's cold and snowy out, you can still be fashionable with your dogs, right? Yeah, we're styling. Thanks, guys. That was great.
Look at all these fish. Can you believe these are all just one type of fish? These are all African cichlids. We have so many different sizes, shapes, and varieties. These ones here reach about a foot, and they'll be completely blue with red fins. These ones down here reach still about 6 inches and are bright yellow, electric yellows they're called. We even have some small ones here, Kenyai, nice little blue striped guys. Those ones will reach about 3 or 4 inches. There's so many different types to choose from. These make fascinating pets. Next time you're thinking about setting up something new, why not consider, instead of the furry type, the fin type?
Well, we've got another first aid tip today, and Ethne's with us. And Dilbert the cat has been injured on his head, and he's quite going all crazy. So we've got to figure out how to restrain him, because that's important, isn't it?
Absolutely. As anybody who's got cats know, when they're agitated, they can develop 25 legs with millions of claws. So
Yeah.
we want to get those out of the way. So what
Hey,
to
and
do
Dilbert is really
is
going
just
crazy here right now.
Wrap them up.
So
Get those claws well tucked in so they're out of the way, so that that's one less thing to cut you up while I deal with his head.
Okay, so we've got Dilbert suitably restrained. Oh, get
So
that foot
get
inside
that
there.
claw
Otherwise,
right
I'll
in
get all
there. You will.
cut up and
That wouldn't be good.
no.
So let's just say now that Dilbert's really got this nasty cut in his just above his ear, and we've got to stop that bleeding. So put some pressure on there. And then cats, you can't really wrap that ear because their ears are just so small. So we're just going to get this pantyhose, slip it over Dilbert's head.
You do a lot of work with pantyhose.
Oh yeah, pantyhose. You know, it's probably the best thing that you can do with pantyhose is to use them for bandages.
And that's a good excuse for you guys if
Can you just take
you
your
get caught with
finger out of there?
pantyhose in the house. Oh, it's for first aid for the cat. There we go. Okay.
That's right. And then just bring it so that his eyes.
Okay.
And that just keeps that bandage in place.
And that'll keep it there until we can get him to the
That should keep it there
veterinarian.
until you can get to the vet. If not, you can just get another little bandage and bandage it round his head. But
Right.
usually with a cat, that one little bit of pantyhose is enough to keep it there.
Well, just in case, let's bandage him up anyways.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll wrap him up. We never know. He might scratch that off.
And I think he's calming down. He's not scratching you anymore. He
No.
seems quite happy.
He knows he's in capable hands.
He knows we're trying to fix him up. And get him
There
to
we
the
go.
vet.
How is he okay there, Dilbert? All right.
Very
So that's good. Pantyhose, and always have gauze, and you can restrain your cat just with a big towel, and it usually works just fine. Right, Dilbert?
Absolutely.
That's right. We'll get you all patched up. Thanks for not scratching me to bits.
Keep your dog's coat healthy by using Nutrients Derma with lemon rice. Get it at your local pet store or find out more at www.hagen.com.
We're here with Dr. Danny and Ella, our test subject, your personal dog.
That's right.
And we're talking about ultrasound today. I'm filling in as the animal health technologist. And what are we going to see here?
What we're going to do is an ultrasound of Ella's heart, looking for heart disease. We've used ultrasound in veterinary medicine for about the last 15 to 20 years or so, and it's really, really helped for things. Abdominal disease, looking for tumors, and in a lot of cases saving us from doing an exploratory surgery. For heart diseases, it can actually, if you have a dog with a heart murmur, you can do an ultrasound on their heart and you can see what's causing the murmur, how severe it is, and it can really help guide medication that might be used. So it's really an invaluable tool. Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, like Ella, have a lot of acquired heart disease where one of the valves in their heart, the mitral valve, gets leaky as they get older. And so ultrasound is really useful to help look for that. And let's just have a quick peek at Ella's heart. That big, not so big, but this white thing flipping in and out there is her mitral valve, the valve in her heart on the left side of her heart, and that's what often becomes leaky in these Cavalier King Charles Spaniels. We can use our color to help see if there is any leak. And Ella has a very, very slight leak, which is extremely common in the breed. This breed of dog, by the time they're 10 years of age, almost all of them have a leaky heart valve. But again, ultrasound can show us that the rest of the heart is working just fine. We'll switch here and look in a different orientation at her heart. That's her heart sort of looking from below in a cross section. And you can see it's contracting very, very nicely. It's pumping away there perfectly. So though Ella has a tiny little leak in her heart valve, everything's just fine.
I'd never make it as an animal health technologist. Just watching this makes me feel a little woozy. Sorry about that.
Don't faint on us, Robert.
I'll really try not to. But it is amazing the diagnostics that you can do with ultrasound. Is a very, very powerful tool that you can use. So if you are having problems, talk to your veterinarian. Maybe ultrasound can help your pet and save us some surgery.
That's right.
You know, one thing really interesting about retriever dogs is they have webbed feet. So if you have a poodle at home, check. No webbed feet because they can't swim well. Hey, Humpy, you have webbed feet. Good dog.
Hi, psst, come here. Want a lizard as a pet? Well, first thing you gotta do, ask mom or dad. If they say it's okay, then you need to know what is going to be the best pet lizard for you to have. There are some that are good, some that aren't so good. This little guy here, he's called a Berber skink. He's actually a really good pet. It's very easy to take care of him. He lives in the desert, so you gotta have sand in the cage for him, a nice warm heat spot, a hide spot, a good secure cage. You don't want him getting loose, don't want mom to get mad at you. Now, if you have a real big area for him, you can get a nice natural environment. Behind me are a couple other lizards. One is a little bit bigger, so he has a bigger, more of a jungle type enclosure behind him. It's a nice little waterfall, plants to hide in. This little guy here would not like that. Now, what I'm going to do is sneak this little guy back and bring out and show you something you don't want as a pet. It may be cool, but it doesn't work very good. I'm just gonna sneak him back and bring him in. Isn't he pretty? This is a tegu. This is someone you don't want as a pet. He gets really big. This is just a baby, and he's about 2.5 feet long now. He'll get about 4 to 5 feet full grown. He has very, very sharp teeth. You don't want to get bit by him. He can crush snail and clam shells real easily. They climb. They smell really bad when they go to the bathroom too. Now, there are people who do have these as pets, but they're people who've had reptiles for a long time and have a lot of experience. As a beginner, you're going to get way over your head and just have a lot of problems with something like this. Even though they look cool and they get big, start with your smaller guys. They're easier. You get a lot more experience that way, and then one day you can move up to something like this. What do you think? You want to try biting? Yeah, he wants to bite me.
Rabbit with the best and balanced nutrition with Hagen's Gourmet Rabbit Mix. Find it at your local pet store or go to www.hagen.com.
I've got Krista with me and Arwen, the small standard poodle. Why is she so small?
She's just a puppy right now. She's only 7 months, so she will be getting a little bigger.
All right. So, and a female will stay a little bit smaller?
Yeah.
Are you going to give her the groovy clips with the knees and the poofy boots? Yeah.
No, I don't think so. She doesn't like that look.
How does she like it? She's 7 months old. How is she in the off-leash area?
She's pretty good. We're getting her trained to come to the whistle, but she chases bikes, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got to watch that.
Yeah, only around here we don't let her off leash, but in the field she can run off.
Yeah. Any pet peeves on how people treat these off-leash areas?
Not too much. I prefer people wouldn't ride their bikes through them because she chases them, but
right.
You know, we have to share, I guess, with everyone.
Does she get along well with other dogs?
Yeah, she loves other dogs.
Apparently. Thanks a lot. Who's this guy?
That's Omar.
Hey, Omar.
He's like, I went swimming.
Yeah, just run right into the shot, Omar. Yeah. This is TV. We can't just have dogs running. Well, I guess we can. Okay. Thanks a lot. That's great. Good luck with Arwen.
Thank you.
Rob, another successful edition of the Pet Guys.
That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
It was. Hey, Rob.
Yes.
How come you always get all the chicks?
Look, these aren't chicks, they're ducklings.
How come you get all the ducklings?
Because of my charisma.
Your charisma.
Yes.
Very good. There'll be more charisma next week.
And the hits just keep on coming, don't they?
We're great.
Well,
okay.
We're average.
Okay.
Well, no, we're above average.
We're great.
Great, okay.
Okay.
Sure. Great is good.
That's good.
Great is fine.
It's fine.
Supplied by Petland, the pet experts. All products supplied by your friends at Hagen.